Hi sweeties, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about coming out. My channel is usually like an alternative fashion channel. I post girly things and colorful hair things and stuff, but I've been really enjoying posting some LGBT videos lately because I want to do some good with my channel as well, right? I mean, like, vain stuff is really fun as well, and I love all that, and I'm never gonna stop posting my fashion videos, don't worry about that. But I like posting more like personal and deep videos as well, so I hope you don't mind. And it's really sad that we still have to make videos like this about coming out, because people shouldn't even have to come out. It should be a natural thing. Like, one day you just show up at home with a girl or a boy or both. And it should be natural, because it is just a natural thing that happens to people. But unfortunately, there's still a lot of homophobia and shit out there, and most people still have to come out and kind of like explain themselves to their families. And I know it can be a struggle because not all families are open-minded, and a lot of young gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer people get very anxious about telling their sexuality to their families. So today I'm gonna give you some precious advice on coming out, because I've been through all this already. I know I look 13, but I'm 23, and I had my phase of living with my mom and coming out and being anxious about it. So I'm gonna try to help you based on my experience, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's actually gonna be helpful, but I'm gonna do my best, and if I manage to help at least one person, that's gonna be great already. Like, it'll be worth me posting this video. So before we carry on, please subscribe, because I post new videos 3 times a week, sometimes 2, but mostly 3 times a week. Activate your notifications so you know when I post them 3 videos, and give us a thumbs up because it really helps the channel. Alright, so I made a list. I know, I still use paper, like I don't make lists on my phone. I'm like an old-fashioned YouTuber. It's really sad, it even says on top, coming out tips. Oh, I love my life. So I could think of 6 different topics of things that might be helpful, but if you can think of anything else, just write it down in the comments, so we have like a safe space in the comments as well for people to look for advice and stuff and get some ideas and some comfort and love from our beautiful unicorn YouTube family. And the first thing I wrote down was to see if it's the right moment and time for you to come out. What I mean by that is, if you're in your teens and you're not financially independent and you're still living with your parents, and your parents are like super religious and traditional and hate gays, then it would probably be a bit of a disaster for you to come out. That's so sad, but I don't want you like to come out and get kicked out of your house or locked in a room. Like, it sounds extreme, but things like that still happen, and it's so unbelievable. But there are so many LGBT people that become homeless because their families don't accept it. It's so bad. So if you think that there's any chance your parents would do something extreme like that, or stopping you from socializing with your friends because they think you're gonna do gay things, just wait until you get a bit older, wait until you have your independence and you're living on your own, because sorry, my mom is messaging me. As I was saying, if you pay your own bills, there's nothing they can do. If you don't know what they think about gay people, you can pretend there's a gay person in your school, for example, and you just comment like, oh my gosh, there's this gay boy in my school and he just came out to some friends and I heard about it. What do you think about that? But like, try to be casual about it so they don't think you're talking about yourself. And then see what they say. If they're super like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting, then maybe they're not ready yet. But if they say, oh great, oh yeah, that's just like normal, then you don't even have to wait anymore. Just say, it's not true, I'm the gay one in my school. Okay, so one thing that might be helpful is to tell a few people before you tell your parents. So you can kind of like practice and get more confident about telling people about your sexuality and stuff. So you can tell your best friends and people that you know are not gonna judge you or be assholes or anything. Or if you have siblings, I don't, I'm an only child, but I imagine it would be really good to tell your siblings before you tell your parents, because God forbids, like, your parents go crazy on you and treat you like shit when you come out. At least you have your sibling there to kind of like protect you, and you can have some support in your household, even if it's not from your parents. And maybe your brother and sister can even like be there with you when you tell your parents, so you have some moral support. I didn't have that because I'm an only child. Another thing that you can do if you're very, very anxious and you don't know how to word it and exactly like how to tell them and explain and say everything you have to say, you can write your parents or your friends or your family, whoever you want to come out to, just write them an email or a letter so you can really like organize your thoughts and say everything you have to say. Because sometimes if you just say, hey, I'm gay, by the way, that might freak them out a little bit, which is so silly. I mean, why do people get so freaked out about that? It's such a normal thing. But you know, people do. So if you write a letter, you can say all the stuff you have to say, like all you have been feeling and how much you care about your family and you want them to be supportive of you and understand, and how you don't want this to affect your relationship with your family in any way. And you probably won't be so nervous because you're not gonna like be looking at them. You can just send them an email or give them a letter and run away. By the way, I have posted my coming out story on this channel. I'm gonna link it at the end of the video. So if you're curious to see like how I came out and stuff, there's a video on my channel as well that is a Q&A with my mom, and some of the questions you asked her were about like what she thinks of me being gay, how she felt like when I came out to her, so that might be helpful as well. Okay, the next thing on my list is to make sure you tell them you've always felt that way and it's not a choice or a phase, and you'll only be happy if you're free to be yourself. This is all super obvious, by the way, but you'd be surprised how there are still people that don't know that being gay is not a choice. You need to get your family to understand that there's nothing you can do about it. You can pretend not to be gay and be unhappy forever, but you're not gonna actually change who you are. Deep down, you're still gonna be gay. And make sure you tell them that you've always felt this way. Because, oh my gosh, parents have this thing that they think everything is just a phase, right? Same thing when you have like colorful hair or you want to dress differently, get piercings and tattoos. They always think it's just a phase, and it's not. Like, sometimes for fashion, it's just a phase. Sometimes. It wasn't just a phase for me. I had colorful hair for so many years. But with these like sexuality things, if you're going through the trouble of like telling your parents and being so anxious about it, it's obviously a serious thing and it's not just a phase. So you need to make sure you tell them that you've always like been into girls or boys or whatever you're into. So they know you're like serious about it. You're not doing it for attention or because it's a phase, blah blah blah. Another thing that you can do is to prepare your parents or to educate your parents. That's just if you think they're close-minded and don't know anything about gay people. Because sometimes people are homophobic just because they don't understand it and they don't know anything about it. So like a few weeks before you come out, like start talking to them casually. Tell them how there are people that suffer so much because of homophobia and how unfair this is because they're not doing anything wrong. You know, tell them that it's a natural thing, that it's always been around and it's in nature. There are like hundreds of animal species that have a percentage of gay animals as well. It's just a natural thing. So like do your research, get all these facts and slowly like get that into their brains. Another thing you can do, that is the last thing on my list, that is on the floor now, is to wait until you're in a relationship to come out. Or for the younger ones, wait until you had some experience dating and being with people, because sometimes if you tell your family but you've never actually been with anyone or you're not with anyone at the moment, there's like nothing to show. They're more likely not to take it seriously and to think, oh, she's just saying that for attention, it's not a real thing. which is ridiculous. Like, you don't need to be with anyone like to know who you are, but that helps as well. I know all of this is just so silly because you shouldn't have to worry so much and do all this, but unfortunately that's how the world is right now. Hopefully, like, my children's or my grandchildren's generation will have a little bit more luck and things will be more natural and they won't even have to come out. So that was it for today. I really from the bottom of my heart hope it was at least a little bit helpful to at least one of you watching this. That's it for today. If you want, please go watch some of my videos, follow me on social media, and thank you so much for watching. Have a very lovely day. Mwah!